What's going on, everyone? Alex Hart here, and we're back with some MLB Games reviews from April 7th, 2021. There were 15 games, so we're not going to go too much, and we're just going to jump right into it. It's going to try and be a little bit quicker. I know these somehow always end up being 20 minutes when I say they're going to be quick, and that's probably going to be the case this time. But before we get started, please go down, give me a like, give me a subscribe. We're going to be just keep making this baseball content, and I would really appreciate it if you guys would help grow this channel up a little bit. We're going to start things off with the first doubleheader of the season. We got the Atlanta Braves coming in and taking care of business. They win both games against the Nationals, and then this one, it was really a really intense start to the game. This is the first game. The Braves won 7-6. Acuna went 3 hits, 2 runs, and he's really crushing it so far. There were no home runs in this game except for Trey Turner on the Nationals. The Braves, on the other hand, did not have any. Max Fried, 5 earned runs over 2. Fetty, on the other side, 5 earned runs over 1.2. So both of them really struggling. I'm pretty certain Fried left the game too with an injury. So that's going to be something of concern for the Atlanta Braves. But the Braves did pick up their first win of the season. Although it's a shortened game, and had it been 2 more innings, the Nationals might have had a chance to come back. They had a guy in scoring position at the bottom of the 7th, just could not bring him home. In the second game, the Braves win 2-0, and both the runs come in the 7th. So this was a pitcher's duel as opposed to the first game where both pitchers were getting smashed, really. Strasburg went 6, and they bring him out for the 7th, and that's when they blow the game. Yanoa on the other side went 5 and got both. And now relief pitchers get the win. There's not really too much here. The home run from Pennivel Sandoval was really the difference. A pinch hit home run. It's his second pinch hit home run this season. So the Pandas, he's been killing it. But the Braves pick up 2 key wins after starting 0-4. And they'll take them any way they can get, even though they're only 7-inning games. That counts for 2 of the 15 games. We'll go on and we'll still look for the Braves to win their first full season game. And then this one, the Reds 11, Pirates 4. Pirates scored all their runs in the 9th, so I'm not really counting it. Pirates got taken care of. Castillo really rebounding from that first start where he struggled. 7 innings, 5 Ks, and only 4 hits. And Cole on the other side, he got lit up for 4. 5 walks, a big struggle, but it's the Pirates. The Pirates are really having trouble here. Home run for Gonzalez for the Pirates in the last inning. On the other side, Tyler Naquin hits another home run. So what's that? 3 into the past 2 games. Castellanos hits his 4th of the season. So both those guys have 4 now on the season. And Aquino hits his 2nd of the season as well. Looks like Stevenson also hit 1. So 4 home runs for the Reds, and they really take care of business. And their offense is pumping. Going into the series on the weekend, they're gonna be on all hands on deck, and it's a great start for the Reds, who are now 5-1, and the Pirates, who won their first game of the season, now 1-5. Moving on, we got the Indians 4, Royals 2. Indians, they almost let this game get away from them. Bieber had such a great start here. We'll just scroll down here. 6.1 innings. He went 12 Ks and he had 2 earned runs, and he was on the hook at one point for potentially getting a loss, or I guess not the loss. He went in the 7th and he gave up the 1 run, so it was a tie game, and that's when he got pulled out. So couldn't quite ride him for 7 innings to get him to the win. However, they came through in the clutch. Jose Ramirez hit 2 home runs in this game, 1 in the 8th inning, which gave the Indians a little bit over the edge there. Salvador Perez on the Royals side hit his 2nd home run of the season. Junis had a much better outing this time around. No earned runs over 5, and he had 6 Ks. Again, it's the Indians. They still seem to be having a little bit of trouble getting their offense going, but they're squeaking out some wins, and thanks to their pitching, they really were able to do it on this one. Moving on, we got the Boston Red Sox 9, Tampa Bay Rays 2, and the Red Sox, their offense exploded today, and they rode Evaldi, who had another amazing start, and it's a great start for the whole season for him so far. 7 innings pitched, he went 1 earned run, 7 Ks. Yarborough on the other side gave up 6 earned runs. And yeah, the Red Sox have now won 3 straight, so they got swept by the Orioles, and then they go out and sweep the Rays with their offense really getting on track. I think they're going to be pretty happy. And on the other side, the Rays have some work to do. Their offense has kind of been nothing to write home about, and now their pitching really got obliterated by the Red Sox. So there's that. Next up, we have the Twins 3, Tigers 2. Wow, I really thought the Tigers were going to come through on this one. They had a chance to get this one in the ninth inning here. They had some people on and that, but it looks like Colombo got through with the save. Baddoo again. This guy, we keep talking about him every day, but he hit a triple today to go with all his home runs he's been hitting. Minnesota, they didn't really have too much, no home runs or anything like that, but Kenta Maeda went 6 innings, 6 Ks, 2 earned runs. Matthew Boyd, a good start to the season so far. So this game he went 7 innings pitched, 8 Ks, 3 earned runs, and gets the loss. But if they can keep getting outings like that from Matt Boyd, the Tigers are going to be extremely happy. Tigers dropped to 3-3 on the season. Next up, we got Texas Rangers 2, Blue Jays 1. This was a tight one, and it really came down to home run from Salak. Being the biggest difference here. He hit his first home run of the season. Semien hit his 3rd home run of the season in the 8th year. But the Jays just couldn't score. They got 1 run across the board, and that's not going to get it done today when Gibson has an okay outing. 6 innings pitched, 8 Ks. So the Jays seem to be having some sort of a K problem so far this season, and they just couldn't get any runs across the board, and they end up falling to the Rangers over this series, and they'll open up the Angels starting tomorrow. They'll go to a 4-game set. So very disappointing series for the Jays. I know they expected to win, and I expected them to win as well. But the Rangers got to be happy. He's taken the past 2 games on this one. Milwaukee 4, Cubs 2, and just cancel that. Milwaukee Brewers 4, Cubs 2. The Cubs officially have worse batting average than all the pitchers in the National League combined. So that's something to be very worrisome about. This one was 1-1 going into extra innings. Pedersen hits his first home run of the season in the 8th, and on the other side, Kane hits 2 home runs, and that's the big difference. Milwaukee hit 3 runs in the top of the 10th. The Cubs can only put 1 across the board in the bottom, so not much else there. Woodruff had a great outing, 7 innings, 8 strikeouts. Hendricks on the other side really bounces back from his last outing, 6 innings pitched. He had 6 strikeouts, no earned runs himself. So after struggling with the Pirates last time, he manages to bounce back a little bit here. And just Craig Campbell, we're keeping him on watch a little bit. He had 1 inning pitch, 1 strikeout, so no earned runs so far for him. He seems to be turning it around at least a little bit for him. Williams picks up the blown save, not too much, but the Cubs need to find some sort of offense. If it wasn't for the Pirates, and they're going into the Pirates this weekend, so if it wasn't for them, they might be in a lot of trouble. We're hitting another 10th inning game here, and this is the Oakland's first one of the season, and couldn't have picked a better time, because never in MLB history has a team started 0-7 and made the playoffs. So they avoided it, and honestly, bottom of the 9th, they got lucky. Like, they scored a run to tie it, and then they scored another one in the 10th to win it. 3 times throughout this game, the LA Dodgers had the bases loaded and couldn't cash in. So a lot of left on base. 35 left on base for the Dodgers this game. Wow. Yeah. Talking so much. Matt Chapman hits his first home run of the season, and I think it couldn't have been a better time for the A's. They at least take 1 from the Dodgers here and avoid going 0-7. Bauer had a great outing again, 6.2, 2 earned runs, 10 Ks. His ERA is a little high. Maybe they're leaving him in that extra inning or so when they don't need to, but I wouldn't read too much into it. He's a great start for him so far. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Phillies 8, Mets 2. Phillies are now 5-1, and they got to be happy about that. Started a lot of home runs coming from the Phillies today. Their offense was on point. McCutcheon even hit a triple, a couple doubles. Harper, Hoskins had a homer. Baum had a homer. Realmuto had a homer. All of them, the first ones of the season, really, which is kind of surprising. On the other side, there's no homers for the Mets. And when we go down here, Nola had struggly start, I guess. He went 4 innings, 5 Ks. Kind of interesting that he had such a short outing. I'm trying to find him here for his pitches. I don't see him here. Pitches, Peterson. Why is this only... Oh, there he is. He had 92 pitches, so he had quite a lot of pitches in 4 innings. So that kind of explains that, I guess. But overall, Phillies got it done, and they continue to roll, so they got to be happy about that. Another extra innings game, and I got to make a video soon about these extra innings games because they're kind of dumb. But the Giants pull off a win in extras against the Padres. Padres are really missing Tatis right now. Haven't really been able to put up more than 3 runs since he's gone down. Giants had a home run from Ruff, his second of the season. Will Myers hit his second of the season on the Padres side. Didn't watch this game myself, so I don't know how close it was along the way, but for the most part, San Fran was up 2, and then the Padres chipped away and went to extras, so not too much there. Gosman again, very good start for him. 7 innings pitched, 5 Ks. Snell on the other side, his second start as a Padre. He's got a good ERA over the season so far. He don't give up 2, over 5, 8 Ks, so Snell's kind of getting it done for them. It's just one of those games. It was very low scoring, and the offense did not come through for them. Next up, we have the Mariners 8, the White Sox 4, and this really came down. The White Sox had a pretty commanding lead, 4-1 going into 6, and then the Mariners put up a 7 spot, which, wow, you don't suspect the Mariners to do that too often. Seager really had a game, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, 4 at-bats. No home runs, though, for the Mariners. No home runs in the whole game, actually, which is kind of surprising considering there's 12 runs. They're all manufactured, I suppose. Dan Dunn was the Mariners starter. He went 4.2. He had 8 walks, and it seems like it's one of those situations, again, where the White Sox just couldn't take advantage of people on base. Left 22 people on base for the game. Very high. Keuchel on the other side, 5 innings pitched, 3 Ks. And then Foster comes in and gets the loss, the 5 earned runs, and the blown save. Like, it's just all around disaster for the White Sox. But we're early, and they're not probably going to get too worried about it. The offense is definitely something to be somewhat concerned about this early in the season. Next up, Cardinals 7, Marlins 0. Cardinals it was very close. 0-0 going into the 7th, and then the Cardinals walked away. And the Marlins have got to be worried because their offense, I talked about this the other day and the day before, they just aren't hitting home runs. They're not getting runs in general in this game, so it's 7-0. Molina hits his first of the home run season, and Carlson hits his 3rd of the season. Jack Flaherty went 6, no earned runs, 4 walks, but 1 hit, 6 Ks. Lopez on the other side, 6.2, ends up getting 2 earned runs, so right in the 7th inning, they try to push him a little bit, and he ends up getting a loss for it, 6 Ks. The Marlins are definitely struggling to get offense going, and their pitching seems to be very good, and then it just falls apart near the end of games, so that's something to keep an eye on. But the Marlins go to 1-5, and basically one of the worst in the league right now. Next up, the Orioles, another extra inning game. This one went 11-4-3. In the 10th, they both exchanged 1 run, and then the Orioles got 1 in the 11th. This one ended with the New York Yankees trying to tie it. The guy running home and getting double played up. So it was a fly ball to deep. Then he got thrown out at home. So that is what won the game. Valdez gets the win for the Orioles. And Taillon went 4.22 earned runs and 7 Ks. So good start for Jameson Taillon. And they really went to a lot of their best relief, and they just couldn't get the win out for them. So the Orioles got to be happy about this. They now go to 4-2 on the season, still have that winning record. Really thought they had that potential to be 500 after, but didn't work out that way. And yeah, one thing of note actually is it looks like Stanton got pinch run. I guess it's pinch run, so it's probably late in the game. Judge was not in the game. He's had some sort of injury, kept him out of tonight's game, and we'll have to keep an eye on that if that seems to be something continuous. And then the last game of the night, we had the Rockies 8, Diamondbacks 0, and the Rockies really rode Santazella on this one. He went 8 innings pitched, Only 3 Ks, but no earned runs, and when you're in Coors Field, you got to be pumped about that. Bumgarner on the other side, 5 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. So after 2 games, he has an ERA of 11. That's got to be of concern for Bumgarner. It might be getting down to his last legs as a starter. We'll see how that develops throughout the course of the season. Owings seems to be one of the guys to highlight. He got a double, he got a triple, he had 3 hits, a couple RBIs for the Rockies, but no home runs in this game. Just a bunch of scoring hits for the Rockies, and they go to 2-4. So this is basically, from what I can see, a battle of the basement in the West, and that basically wraps up 15 games that happened on the 7th today. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys saw out there on the fields, what you liked, who you're rooting for, and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to starting to build this community, etc., and I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. If you made it this far and you like just the quick rundowns, or if you want to let me know something that maybe I should fill in on these videos, I do plan to be making more other content, not just these, but for now I'm just trying to get things going and doing these and building my schedule and stuff like that. But let me know. Please give me that like, hit that subscription button, and we'll see you guys again for the next video.